Hello and welcome to Wisdom Trek. This is Guthrie Chamberlain and I am your guide to wisdom. Thank you for joining us for this 7-day-a-week, 7 Minutes of Wisdom podcast. This is day 58 of our trek, and as you consume these daily nuggets of wisdom and allow them to change you from the inside out, then you'll be able to create and build that living legacy that you desire. The next several days we will focus on the accumulation of wealth, both in money and the true riches of life. We are recording our podcast from our studios at the Big House in Marietta, Ohio. I have sanded and Paula completely dusted the floor in the eating area yesterday and today. The polyurethane has been purchased and we are ready to apply it both tonight and probably tomorrow. Hopefully in the next couple of days that portion of the project will be completed and we can move the tables and chairs back in. I will provide some pictures once we are finished. There is also some minor trim work that needs finished by our contractor. As we prepare for our trek over the next several days, we will focus on the priority of money in our lives, how it is properly accumulated, and how it is easily lost. I have titled this series, It's Only Money, with the theme of being on the trail of true riches. One important indication that a person is wise is how they view and handle wealth. That wealth may be in money and riches, but it can also be in the most important things of life. Those important things are internal and how we spend our reserves of love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. We will find that most of the time the true nature of who we are with money is reflected throughout everything that we do. So let's head out and follow the yellow brick trail towards the summit of true wealth. We will begin by exploring the relationship of wisdom to wealth. One of the ways to determine if you are a wise person is by the way that you handle money. Wisdom is not determined by the amount of money that you possess, but by your attitudes towards money, by the way it is acquired and the way it is used. Within this Wisdom Trek series, we will first explore the attitude of the wise towards wealth. After that, we will probe ways in which money should be obtained and used. Now keep in mind, as a Christ follower, the principles I use for handling money are primarily taken from the Bible. If you do not share the same beliefs that I have, I know that you will find these principles applicable in your life also. On our trek this week will allow us to explore how the character of the wise person is integrated with money. This should not be understood to suggest that I believe money is the most important attribute of a wise person, because it is not. In Luke 16:10, Jesus referred to money as a little thing, that is to say, not all that important. And 16:10 says, if you are faithful in the little things, you will be faithful in the large ones. There are several reasons, however, why such a little thing as money should be of importance to us. First of all, little as it may be, it is a major problem in most American homes and throughout the world, Christian or non-Christian. We, like our governments, have been accustomed to operating on a deficit budget system, living more on credit than on cash. The result has been that we need one or more of the spouses to work more than is prudent or wise. Charitable giving has become very low, and Christian giving is also on the decline. When something which is a little thing becomes a big thing in our lives, it is a problem with our priorities. Furthermore, Jesus taught that if we are not faithful in the little things of money, we will not be faithful in the matters of greater importance. As we go on in Luke 16:10, it says, but if you are dishonest with the little things, you won't be honest with greater responsibilities. Let's seek the wisdom of God in this area as we look once more into the book of Proverbs. The trail that we're going to travel on today is, what is better than wealth? Some people think that nothing is better than riches, and according to Proverbs, there are many things that are more important than money. Let's briefly consider some of these better things. Number 1, honesty and loyalty are better than prosperity. In Proverbs 19:22, we are told that it is more important to be truthful than to be rich. It says, loyalty makes a person attractive. It is better to be poor than dishonest. The rich do not necessarily find it essential to speak gently to others either. According to Proverbs 18:23, the rich man is insulting. It says, the poor plead for mercy, the rich answers with insults. This reminds me of Ebenezer Scrooge in Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol. Some that are rich do not deal kindly with others, but Proverbs indicates that honesty and loyalty are more important than any riches. Number 2, a good reputation is better than wealth. According to Proverbs 22:11, choose a good reputation over great riches. Being held in high esteem is better than silver or gold. Number 3, a godly character is more important than money. It is more important to be righteous than to be rich. A man's integrity is more important than his affluence. Proverbs 19:1 says, choose a good reputation over great riches. Being held in high esteem is better than silver or gold. Proverbs 16:8 also says, Better to have a little with godliness than to be rich and dishonest. Number 4, a peaceful home filled with love is better than a bank account filled with money. Countless families are sacrificed in an attempt to earn money, often on the pretext of providing for the family. Proverbs instructs us that it is much more important to have a home filled with love and harmony than one that only has money. Proverbs 15:17 says it this way, a bowl of vegetables with someone you love is better than a steak with someone you hate. Also in Proverbs 17:1 it says, better a dry crust eaten in peace than a house filled with feasting and conflict. In negative terms, one who seeks to gain wealth in an unrighteous manner brings destruction to his home. As mentioned in Proverbs 15:27, greed brings grief to the whole family, but those who hate bribes will live. And number 5, wisdom is better than wealth. Perhaps no theme is so frequently repeated in the early chapters of Proverbs. Take, for instance, Proverbs chapter 8, verses 10 and 11 says, choose my instruction rather than silver, and knowledge rather than pure gold. For wisdom is far more valuable than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with it. And also in Proverbs 16:16 says, how much better to get wisdom than gold, and good judgment than silver. If so many things are better than wealth, we must admit that money is not nearly as important as some suppose it to be. Our further studies in Proverbs will confirm this. But that's for another day. And that'll finish our podcast for today. If you've missed any of the previous podcasts, please check out Wisdom Trek at iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, or at wisdom-trek.com. Tomorrow we will consider the topic, It's Only Money Part 2, in which we will consider what money cannot do. So please join us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. And if you enjoy these daily doses of wisdom, these nuggets that we consume, I encourage you to help us out in the following 5 ways. Leave your name and email address at the website, the bottom right-hand corner of any page in the sidebar, or in today's daily journal page. This will allow us to update you with special and new information from Wisdom Trek. Leave us feedback about the podcast at wisdom-trek.com so we can improve and communicate with you. Please subscribe to iTunes or Stitcher so it will be downloaded to you automatically each day. And please leave us a rating so that we can gain more exposure and others will find out and join us on our Wisdom Trek. And lastly, share with your family and friends to come along with us on our Wisdom Trek. The journal for this podcast can be found at wisdom-trek.com, where you will also find pictures, tweetable quotes, wisdom nuggets, and free resources. I thank you for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, and your friend as I serve you through this Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. As we take this trek together, let us always live abundantly or fully, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and to create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.